More than 3,000 civilians have died in 10 weeks in Ukraine, and the country is now facing a renewed Russian assault on its eastern and southern regions. The Pentagon says the Russian offensive has made only minimal gains in the eastern Donbass region and the northeastern city Kharkiv. But many cities are under aerial bombardment. Earlier this week, Mariupol's steel plant was attacked and more than 200 people are believed to be trapped inside. International allies are contemplating further sanctions against Russia, and Ukraine is adamant there'll be no ceasefire unless the Kremlin withdraws. Dmytro Kuleba is Ukraine's foreign minister. Minister, thank you very much for your time today. Firstly, are you able to give us an update on the situation in Mariupol?
Well, unfortunately, the tragedy in Mariupol continues to unfold. Russia keeps storming Azovstal, the last stronghold controlled by the Ukrainian army. It's not only military personnel who is there, it's also civilians. We try to evacuate at least civilians and wounded soldiers with the involvement of the United Nations and International Committee of the Red Cross. But Russia keeps throwing bombs and attacking Azovstal.
President Zelensky has had a phone call with the UN Secretary General. What did they discuss?
Exactly what I mentioned, how to continue evacuating civilians from Azovstal. And because some of them, a couple of thousands of civilians have already been evacuated with the support of the United Nations, and the efforts of the Secretary General should be appreciated. But this evacuation should continue because many civilians are still at Azovstal. And as I said, there are also many wounded soldiers who lack medicine, who die because of lack of medicine.
What are your other priorities at the moment in Ukraine?
Well, the top priority is fighting the war and winning it. And we appreciate the support that is coming from many countries of the world, including from Australia. The second priority, of course, is to keep our economy running, because Russia deliberately targets our critical infrastructure, trying to destroy our economy and deprive us of resources to continue our resistance.
On the economic questions, are the sanctions that the West is imposing on Russia having sufficient impact to force change?
They definitely make a difference and make Russia's life more complicated. However, the situation is as follows. On the one hand, the West provides Ukraine with a lot of assistance, which is much appreciated. On the other hand, the European Union, who represents a large part of this coalition, anti-war coalition, continues to buy Russian oil and gas and continues paying tens of billions of euro to Russia, which are basically, this money are basically used to subsidize Russia war machine and continue the aggression. So we have to stop the situation when the European Union helps us with one hand and finances Russia's war against Ukraine with the other hand. And this is why the upcoming Russian oil embargo is so crucial, and I hope that all EU members will support it.
What else would you like, in addition to that, from your allies in the West?
Well, we need to ensure sustainable supply of weapons to Ukraine. And because it's obvious that we are fighting against a much stronger adversary. So we need support in weapons, and this should not be the old Soviet-era style weapons. This should be state-of-the-art NATO weapons, which can create a difference on the battleground.
Ordinary people in Australia, I think, really feel a lot when they see what's going on in the Ukraine. This country is a long, long way away. For just ordinary people that want to feel like they can do something, is there anything that people can do?
Well, first I want to say that Australia is the biggest pleasant surprise for me since 24th of February. You cannot imagine how much we appreciate the fact that a country that is so far away from us demonstrated this level of empathy and support to Ukraine, whether it comes to sanctions or to supplying military equipment. This is a great, great, great surprise. And we deeply appreciate, wholeheartedly appreciate the role of Australia in this effort. The explanation why you are doing it, I think there are two ways to explain it. First, because you are nice people, and second, because you understand if Russia succeeds in Ukraine, it will inspire other countries in your part of the world to behave in a similar way. And you want us to succeed in order to prevent this pattern of aggressive warfare to be localized and contained in Europe and not stretch to other parts of the globe, posing direct security to Australia.
Russia has a Victory Day holiday on May the 9th, which commemorates Soviet victory over Nazi Germany. Are you anticipating that Russia might use that date to escalate its campaign?
Well, I want you to understand that we live a life when every day can be the day of escalation. When you go to bed, you don't know what's going to happen during the night. You wake up in the morning, as I did today, and I read in the news that Russian missiles hit cities across Ukraine and more civilians had been killed. So it means that someone like me went to bed in that city and did not wake up because of the Russian missile. So for us, all these threats of further escalation do not matter, because we know that this war continues every day, and every day can be the day of escalation or the last day for any of us. So we have no other choice but continue to fight until we win.
Minister, you have a great deal on your plate, so we very much appreciate you making time to speak to us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Leigh Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.